Hi, welcome to Crochet Jewel channel. I'm going to show you how to make this crochet puff stitch Christmas tree, perfect for the holidays. I used an F hook medium worsted yarn, which I used Red Heart yarn. The pattern is down below. There are links down below on how to do basic stitches and how to place your video in slow motion. Okay, so let's get started. And to get started, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook. I'm going to chain 14. You can make this bigger or smaller by going up or down on the hook size or having fewer or more chains. Then I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then single crochet until you get to the end. Now to start, I'm going to chain 3 and turn for this row. Yarn over, and in the next stitch I'm going to grab the yarn and draw up my loop very loosely for a total of 5 times. So that was 1, and then I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, grab the yarn, draw up my loop for the second time, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. This is for your puff stitch. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all of the loops but 1, leave the 1 on the hook, then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. This will create your puff stitch. It's going to look like this. Chain 2. Now I'm going to skip a stitch and then go into the next stitch and draw up my loop for a total of 5 times again. This is just a repeat of the puff stitch. Then yarn over, pull through the loops, leave the 1 on the hook, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then chain 2, and then skip the next stitch and repeat this puff stitch again. You're going to have 6 puff stitches all together, and then you're going to double crochet in the last stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops for a double crochet. And then you're going to chain 3 and start the next row and turn. Yarn over and skip the first stitch, go to the next stitch and create a puff stitch. You'll have 1 less puff stitch this row, so you'll have 5 this time. Chain 2 and then create a puff stitch in the next stitch, right into the chain 2 space. Then complete this with a chain 2, and then you're going to create 3 more puff stitches across. Now you have 5 puff stitches, and you're going to end with a double crochet in the last stitch. Then chain 3 and turn, and you're going to repeat and skip the first chain 2 space, and then you're going to create another puff stitch, and you'll have 4 altogether this time. Create a puff stitch in the next stitch, and then you're just going to repeat that for 2 more puff stitches. End with a double crochet and then turn, and after that you'll create another chain 3, and you'll have 3 puff stitches across this time. Skip the chain 2 space and then create a puff stitch in the next. Chain 2 and then create a puff stitch in the next chain 2 space. Chain 2 and create 1 more puff stitch across. Chain 2 and then work a double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 3 and turn, and you're going to skip the chain 2 and work a puff stitch in the next, and you'll have 2 all together in this row. Work a puff stitch in the next chain 2 space. Double crochet in the last stitch, and then turn and work your chain 3. You'll have 1 last puff stitch to end this tree here. So skip that first chain 2 space, go right into the next. This is your last puff stitch. Chain 2 and end with a double crochet in the last stitch. Fasten off, and then you're going to weave in your ends with your yarn needle. It's going to look like this. Then take your yarn needle and weave in all your ends. Go into the 5th stitch and slip stitch with brown yarn for the trunk. Then chain 1 and then half double crochet yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, then half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. chain 1 and turn, half double crochet in the next 5 stitches, and then your trunk is complete. Then take your yarn needle and weave in your ends. Okay, your tree is complete, and if you're having a hard time with this crochet tree, place the video in slow motion. There's a video down below for that, and the basic stitches are down below as well if you're a beginner. I hope you liked this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.